Quick save, load, help, settings, quit. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fallout 4. My name is Veritas and I will be your radio host for the evening. So I've been playing a little bit of Division. This is being recorded on 4:15 a.m. on some fucking time. This Division servers are down, so I figured I would play this.
Stop playing around, Danny. I'm standing out in the open here for crying out loud.
I got orders not to let you in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Boom.
I'm sorry, but Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies. The whole city's in a tizzy.
Ugh. You open this gate right now, Danny Sullivan. I live here. You can't just lock me out.
Hi, bitch.
You want into Diamond City, right?
No, I don't. Actually.
I just got here, but yeah.
Shh. What's that? You said you're a trader up from Quincy? You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month? You hear that, Danny? You gonna open the gate and let us in, or are you gonna be the one talking to crazy Myrna about losing out on all the supply?
Jeez, all right. Need to make it personal, Piper. Give me a minute.
Better head inside quick before old Danny catches on to the bluff.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Don't mind me, I'm just chewing ice. Cause, it's about to get hot.
You're back inside. I told Sullivan to keep that gate shut.
Hi.
You devious, rabble-rousing slanderer. The level of dishonesty in that paper of yours. I'll have that printer scrapped for parts.
Ooh, that a statement, Mr. McDonough? Tyrant mayor shuts down the press. Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news? Because the mayor's threatened to throw free speech in the dumpster.
This really isn't any of my business.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into this argument, good sir. No. You look like Diamond City, but welcome to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Safe, happy, a fine place to come. Spend your money, settle down. Don't let this muckraker here tell you otherwise, all right?
Whatever. I'm not going to be here long.
Another see no evil type. You'll fit in just fine with all the inept guards.
Now, was there anything?
Trying to find someone.
Trying to find someone? Who?
Who would I talk to about finding a missing person?
Well, whatever you do, don't bother going to Diamond City Security for help.
Don't listen to her. Well, I'm afraid that our security team can't follow every case that comes through. I'm confident that you can find help here. Diamond City has every conceivable service known to man. One of our great citizens can surely find the time to help you.
Well, sure. And a mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have...
This is ridiculous. I want the truth, McDonough. What's the real reasons?
I've had enough of this, Piper. From now on, consider you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for. A big Diamond City welcome from the mayor. You feel honored yet? Look, I gotta go get settled in, but, stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
I don't like her. I didn't like her the first time I played this, and I don't like her now. So, we're in Diamond City now. That's Mayor McDonough, who may or may not be a synth. And, according to Piper at least. And, yeah. Welcome to the city made of diamonds. I hope you have a good time. Yeah. So, back into Fallout 4. I'm gonna play this when I'm not playing the Division, or I get bored. Essentially, is what I'm doing here.
You? I don't know you. Just keep your distance.
One Statue of David impression coming up.
Good. Good. Now just to answer, because I will not.
No, I'm Jangles, the moon monkey.
That's just what a synth would do, ducking the question.
Everyone else may be closed, but Diamond City
Hey, Myrna.
is open
I said we
24
don't
hours
serve
a
your
day.
kind here, you synth. Trying to tell me you're human now?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Excellent.
Alright then. Everyone's a psychopath. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know I needed to go here and sell shit. But, yeah, I don't necessarily remember what was happening. So this file is like, fuck if I know. So I'm just gonna start selling shit until I do something wrong, and then me later hates myself. 'Cause that's a thing that can happen. But, yeah. Uh-oh. I've sold too much. And I feel too little. Sure. But yeah, I haven't played this, since the last episode came out, which has been about a week, so I kind of forgot how to play this. So don't mind me if I have no idea what I'm doing. But, yeah. So what is our objective currently? Don't care. Jewel of the Commonwealth, Story of the Century. Let's go to Piper. I never did that mission in my first playthrough, so this is going to be new grounds for me.
Hi. Is something wrong? Piper?
We'll talk more once I get settled in.
Read the public and be prepared.
Yeah, I never, did this mission, so it's new to me.
Paper for newcomers. If the Institute grabs you in the night,
Thanks, I guess.
I'm serious. The Institute takes
I believe you.
you are a real. So what are you doing in Diamond City anyway?
I came here looking.
Let me guess. So who is it?
Who would I talk to about finding?
You're in bad luck. No one tries, and no one.
Uh-huh. You're a smart kid.
Well, there is the detective, Mr. Nick Valentine. He's
If his business card isn't shaped like a heart, I'm gonna be disappointed.
yeah. I'm definitely sending you to the right place.
Holding up, Blue?
Why are you calling me that?
'Cause you're a vault dweller? I know you're not wearing a blue jumpsuit right now, but the Pip-Boy and the fish out of water look, dead giveaways. So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in print. I think it's time. You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you. Watch your back while you get used to the world above ground.
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good. Let's get down to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Wait, they boxed you up in a fridge? The whole time? Are you saying you were alive before the war?
Yes. I'm over 200 years old.
Oh my god. The man out of time. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
Honestly, seeing everyone surviving out here, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope.
That's surprisingly inspired, Blue. We're definitely quoting that. Now, the big question. You came all this way looking for someone. Who is it?
My son, Sean, was kidnapped. He's not even a year old.
The parent after the missing child. As heartbreaking today as it ever was. Tell me, do you suspect the Institute's involved?
Well, with my knowledge of the end of the game, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say... maybe.
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even a baby is safe from them. And people wonder why I can't just look the other way. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. I want you to make a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them?
No matter how much you want to give up,
strong note to end on, Blue. Thanks. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna be...
So does she have like a tape recorder or something?
Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back. Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where the story goes next.
Cool. I didn't do that originally because I thought I was gonna piss off Mayor McDonough, and I wanted to be on good terms with the mayor.
What have you done with the real Riley? Where's my brother?
I swear I'm not a synth. Don't shoot, for God's sakes, we're family!
Put the gun down now.
He's a Sith! He'll kill us all!
Kyle, no!
Okay, show's over. There are no synths in Diamond City. Hear me? Just you folks and your damn paranoia.
Well, that was fun. Murder in the center of town, killing everybody who has a frown. There's no sins in Diamond City.
Something wrong?
His ties. Oh, Nick. Another stray coming in from the rain. Afraid you're too late. Office is closed.
I know you must be busy, but I won't take...
You don't get it. The detective...
Don't worry, I can help. Tell me what happened.
Nick was working a case. Skinny Malone's gang had kidnapped a young woman, and he tracked them down to their hideout in Park Street Station. There's an old vault down there that they use as a bait. I told Nick he was walking into a trap, but he just smiled and walked out the door like he always does.
I'll find him. You have my word.
Thank you. Nick should be easy to spot. He's always wearing that old hat and trench coat getup. Please, hurry.
Now, Nick Valentine was my companion for the while. He's who I had until I met somebody later by the name of Hancock. So we're going to go ahead and head over there. We're going to do this mission first. I'm going to do the main story on this character up until, like I said, this is the Dark Brotherhood playthrough. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can to advance the Dark Brotherhood as possible. So that's a thing. But let's go help find Nick Valentine. Where do we have to go? Find Nick Valentine. Alright. So he's in a subway station with a vault in it. I need to go... I am not used to any of this. I need to go back here and fix up my stuff. It's a loading screen, it's a loading screen with a thingy that can punch people in the head. It's a loading screen, it's a loading screen. Alright, back here, let's go ahead and take off our armor. I'm going to try to hold on to Dogmeat for a while. We might switch off of him just to, for Nick Valentine to come wandering around with us. Just because I feel like that might be a good idea, only because he can actually shoot stuff. He's a person, not a dog. So, hopefully, equip. And what's the other one that's missing? The arm. Repair, equip, cool. Alright, I don't want that. Alright, good. Alright, oh, I don't have a leg. That's not good. I need a leg. I don't have a leg to stand on. Alright. That looks good. I wanted to get a full suit of power armor before I went over and saved Nick, and I also want to put off the rest of my junk. At least my power armor junk. Like my junk jet that's super fucking heavy. That kind of stuff. I want to throw that in here while we're at it. Like those kind of things. Because I'm going to get weighed down really fast if I don't. I think we're good then. It's weird playing this game again. Even just playing the game again, but playing it on like a character that this weak, and my controlling isn't like second nature like it is on my other characters, or even in Division. When I go back and play Destiny at random, it feels weird. But, Diamond City. Oh, is she already done with my newspaper?
You can't stop the press.
I'm not trying to, you little bitch.
Well, hello.
Hey, mister, that interview you did with Piper is really selling. Here's your free copy.
See, all you had to do was be nice to me. Part 1, 2, and 3...
Latest hairstyles.
Part 1, 2, and 3. I'm guessing they're in miscellaneous? A view from the vault would be all the way... Yeah, here we are. Read. View from the Vault, Part 1, by Piper Wright. Whenever I take a walk through Diamond City, there are so many things people tell me to be grateful for. Purified water, working lights, electricity, security. Today, well, true. What we may have would have been unthinkable even a few decades ago. But it's easy to forget that, even after all the progress we've made, we are still living in the shadow of what the world was. A world before the threat of radiation, before the super mutant and the feral ghoul and the synth. So, as fortune often has it, I cross paths with Karma, Vault Dweller, a person who is experiencing the Commonwealth for the very first time. What would his fresh set of eyes say about how far we've come? Is Diamond City the great green jewel we have always claimed it to be? Before we begin to answer that question, we have to know who Karma is, where he comes from. To my surprise, he did not have much to say about his life in the vault at all, because he spent all of that time staring at a piece of frozen glass, every day, for over 2 centuries. That's right, Karma isn't just a vault dweller, he's an original vault dweller. He spent his entire time inside cryogenically suspended. Continued in Part 2. A View from the Vault, Part 2 by Piper Wright. Continued from Part 1. So what does Karma have to say about seeing Diamond City for the first time? Honestly, seeing everyone out here surviving, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope. Hope. When was the last time someone in our city talked about hope who wasn't some politician fishing for points in the next election, making empty promises at the wall? But our outsider hasn't let the cynicism of our strange world get the better of him. This is all the more remarkable because of the reason he came to the Commonwealth. You see, Karma has a son, Sean, and even though they were in the relative safety of the vault, someone broke in and took Sean from his parent, and that parent is now risking everything, wandering through this strange and fucking what the hell? Goddamn paper folds. This strange and unfriendly world of ours, in order to save Sean from his kidnappers. We all know the rumors and whispers that surround every missing person in Diamond City. The guilty looks as we pass to mourning family members, as we thank the wall that this time it wasn't us. I'm gonna say that again because it actually sounds cool in this voice. The guilty looks we pass to mourning family members as we thank the wall this time it wasn't us. You can end up dead in the Commonwealth for a million reasons. Why spend our time worrying about kidnappings? Why indeed? Continued in Part 3. This is fun. I like this voice. View from the Vault, Part 3 by Piper Wright. Continued from Part 2. It's easy for us to be cynical about the missing. We have spent so long knowing the Institute is out there, but knowing so little about them. They are not the ones responsible for kidnappings. But in fact that they sometimes are, and the fact that we have been so powerless to stop them when they do, causes us to treat all victims of kidnappings as if they are a lost cause. But the people left behind, those loved ones, friends, and neighbors who may never see the faces of those taken from them again, they do not have the luxury of being able to just look away. They have to carry that loss with them, even if everyone else tells them to move on and forget. I asked Karma to make a statement to Diamond City, to give us an outsider's perspective on what it means to lose a loved one, and how he feels. Maybe in some way it's all how we should feel. Maybe we've forgotten what the human response to these tragedies are. No matter how much you want to give up, don't, he said. You have to have hope that you'll see them again, or at least that you'll know the truth. My name's Veritas. End. That was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. I think that was the most fun. But that's cool. High quality chems. What is this division? That was cool. But let's read the synthetic truth while we're at it. October 2287. The Synthetic Truth by Piper Wright. Noodles. We all eat them. We all love them. And Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied this sustenance for the past 15 years. From the stilted mechanical cadence that is Takahashi's program Japanese, to the fragrant steam of wafts from each bowl, to the what the fuck is that word? To the scalding tang of each delicious mouthful, the ordering and eating of noodles is by one of many shared human experiences. Or is it? I was struck by this very question, to say the least, as I sat at the counter of Power Noodles last Wednesday night, just after 5 p.m., enjoying a dinner I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own Mayor McDonough saddle up a stool and engage in the very same ritual. Right hand extended, mouth opening, teeth chewing, yes, eating noodles, the shared experience of almost every Diamond City resident. So it must have seemed to the residents nearly 60 years ago, on an uncharacteristically warm May evening in 2229, as they sat around the very same counter. But that was before the days of Takahashi and his noodles, when the bar served not noodles, but ice-cold Nuka-Colas, frothing beers, and stiff shots of whiskey. The barman's name was Henry, and that night he facilitated the shared human experiences of drinking, smoking, and talking and laughing. That is, until tragedy struck. There aren't many among us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's ghouls residents certainly could have. And they have not... Certainly could have had they not been forcibly removed, thanks to Mayor McDonough's anti-ghoul decree of 2282. But there is one person among us who does remember distinctly the events of that evening. Respected matriarch Eustace Hawthorne, who recounted her story in a public occurrence's exclusive interview. Is this a woman? Yes. Oh, I was there all right, sitting right at the bar, sure as you're sitting in front of me now, 22 years old or so. I'm just looking to have a good time, so safe behind the wall. We all were. So what was the harm? Let me tell you, that Mr. Carter made it easy. He came into town earlier that day, and said he was from out west somewhere. It didn't really matter. What did matter was his smile, and his laugh, and the way he would make everyone feel at ease. That night, at the bar, we all just sort of crowded around him. Everyone wanted to exchange a word, or hear about the state of the Commonwealth, and Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. It was just so wonderful, until it wasn't. Eustace continued her account of that evening, and the moment when things turned sinister, and the truth about Mr. Carter was revealed. We'd all been drinking, and carrying on. Must have been 3 hours Mr. Carter had 4 or 5 drinks in that time. He seemed a bit drunk, I guess, like the rest of us. Then something sort of happened. He was smiling, but the smile sort of went from his face, all in an instant, and then his cheeks started twitching, kind of funny, and I remember watching him, clear as if it just happened yesterday. He reached inside his coat, took out a revolver, then, blam! He shot Henry, the barman, right in the head. Didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying him for a drink, but his cheek never did stop twitching. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose after that. What Eustace is describing is, of course, the infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creation and combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it could effortlessly infiltrate human society. Unbeknownst to the people of Diamond City, the Institute had somehow evolved their androids into true synthetic humans, synths for those who are retarded mentally. After he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. The guards came running, they opened fire, and Mr. Carter, he kept shooting and throwing people around left and right. Finally, those guards put him down. Seemed like they had killed the man who just flipped his lid. Gone crazy. But he lay there like a dead crazy man, sure enough. God, it was horrible. But then we saw the plastic and the metal. This was one of the early synths, you see, and we recognized it wasn't a man at all. It was then we all knew. The Institute wasn't just out there. The Institute was everywhere now. Among us. Were they a wolf? It was never determined precisely why the synth known as Mr. Carter went on his killing spree. Some suggested he had somehow been remotely controlled by the Institute, who wanted to test his combat effectiveness. Still, others felt he had simply malfunctioned, a hypothesis supported by the twitching cheek, and was never meant to kill anyone. But at the time, the why hardly seemed important. What mattered was the humans of the Commonwealth had been truly infiltrated by an organization whose intentions and motives were, and still are, a complete mystery, using a model of synth even less advanced than the ones the Institute has in service today. Which brings us to noodles. Specifically, the noodles consumed by Mr. McDonough last Wednesday night, in the same spot that Mr. Carter, the synth, went haywire and murderously killed several people. After spending hours sharing an experience the people of Diamond City assumed was reserved for members of the human race, they were wrong. Are we? So, she's technically just being like, so he's a synth because only synths sit in that chair. But yeah, I think we're gonna call the episode there. This has been a Reading with Karma episode. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We're sorry if this was a little bit shorter or a little bit content lacking. But I did just want to do a quick ooh, let's read some shit. But yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, I very much appreciate it. In the next episode, we should go find Nick Valentine and then move on from there. And yeah, until the next video. Have a great day, everyone.